Hey guys, welcome back to some more Splatoon 2. Now that we finished up the Octo Samurai fight, let's go ahead and short circuit some more surge protectors. Maybe this is why we don't overvolt things, but we need to do so to go to World 3.
You know, them unlocking the worlds like this always scares the crap out of me because I'm just like, ink could be water, taken as liquid water, and it, right next to a pool of water, I could just said, what if you're just gonna cause just a fire in general in the whole entire one?
He's one of those people that just wants to watch the world burn in ink.
Quick, call the Squid Fire Department.
How would that work? They put it out with ink?
Although I'll super jump to the location and I'll use GooTubers.
I wonder if the ink is flammable or something.
I don't think it is. I think in terms of how the lore makes this ink sound, it's biodegradable stuff, which is why it disappears almost immediately after the different modes, like turf war, for example.
Yeah.
So if it's biodegradable, I highly doubt it's flammable. Although I have heard a very interesting, this is a weird side tangent on this one, an interesting question of what host from the new Splatoon 3 is the most flammable? Shiver, Fry, or Big Man?
What?
Everyone always says Fry because her name is Fry, and she's gonna fry now.
Why would you want to test flammability of characters?
Some people just want to watch the host burn.
I mean, what? Did they give a sick burn or something?
Good question. To some people, apparently. Although I've heard Pearl would be another one that could be a flammable host because she's always spitting in fire for raps.
And burns, apparently. She's too savage.
In the beginning days of Splatoon 2, her comments were very spicy, to say the least. She was a little more negative than how she appeared later on. She has more sass now, but in the beginning days, that sass was more interpreted as a little hate, which kind of was the case. She was a little too mean. And they toned her down with some of the updated text that came to the game over the past few years.
We're just gonna be a charger main right now?
Realistically, it makes it so much easier to aim around to all these different kettles right now. So, yeah, for the time being.
He just says, I'm just gonna unlock all the worlds first so that way I can just super jump to them.
It makes things so much easier.
I mean, it is a good method to do. I don't blame him.
I just recommend doing this in every Splatoon game. It's just unlock the levels first, and then you can super jump to all of them on your menu. Because then it just saves you walking around. While you're doing this, you're exploring the world pretty heavily. So any secrets that are here, you can also find on the way.
You know what's funny is just the fact that I always try to play these levels in order, but I always end up somehow doing one of them out of order.
Yep.
I forget what number we're on.
Yeah, it's really bad for that just because if you're just finding these things and playing whatever level you find in the hub, you can easily find levels out of order without even trying. Because level 10 could be on one side of the map, and then level 11 on the complete opposite end. So in between, you're finding level 14.
Break the balloons. Break the targets.
Might as well be doing that now just to get the sunken scroll. This one's always kind of an awkward one to get to, which is why actually using Charger here is probably your best bet. Just because it's so hard to get back to the center in time before the balloon flies away. So any long range thing here, like the Charger's really all we have that's long range right now, is just kind of best to use.
Give me that sunken scroll.
Another nice little sticker. But just like all the stickers I always find, I admire it for 5 seconds and then realize, neat, I'm never going to use this, and put it away.
Well, are we going back to level 1 again?
We're not. We're going back, actually, to upgrade weapons. This is the one annoying thing about upgrading weapons in this game. In Splatoon 1, you could have just paused the game at any time and upgraded wherever you were. In Splatoon 2, you always have to go back to the outpost, to this one specific area with ammo knights, and upgrade here. It's a very out-of-the-way system, And thankfully they fixed that for Splatoon 3's campaign. They go back to the Splatoon 1 method of you can just upgrade in the pause menu.
Alright, trying to do level 10.
They just messed with the OCD and just went to level 11. Apparently it's messing with my speech too.
No,
I'm sorry, what was that you just said?
No, Lester, what you should have done to really mess with my OCD is done the last level first and then work your way to the first.
There you go. Wait, why are we going backwards? It's optimal. Count down.
Oh, so you fight the boss first and then you do the... Okay.
Okay, guys, we're going to start off part 1 with the final boss and finish with the first level.
I wonder if someone would actually do that.
Reverse boss order.
I mean, you can technically do it after you unlock levels, but there's no way in Splatoon to play the entire campaign backwards since you have to unlock things as you go. But definitely you can do like a reverse playthrough once you unlock every level. And there's probably someone who's done it, yeah.
Oh god, these guys. I remember these guys. I'm gonna stamp on you, and then you have to climb my back.
Oh, you didn't want to be in the spotlight? Okay.
I mean, his spotlight's a little dangerous. It rains from above. That rain is just this guy's tears. Think about it.
Never mind. I take my question back.
Okay. He can rain buckets like Lester's doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting segue to go to the weapon talk. Sloshers. How we feel about buckets in this house?
I don't think they're that bad, from what I've used.
Yeah, they're a weapon class I think it takes some time to get used to, because it's one of the classes where you have to constantly push the shoot button to keep on using it. It's not one you can just hold it down.
Yeah. Taste my bucket of ink. I always thought it was funny whenever they revealed this weapon back in Splatoon 1. The first time that they did, I was like, is that a bucket? Like, literally just throwing buckets of ink at people?
Yep, it's exactly what you expect, just throwing your ink.
I love the weapons in this game.
And Splatoon 1, it's, for the most part, I think its design was pretty simplistic because you really didn't have many variety picks of weapons. There were like 2, maybe 3 different looks of a weapon at most, so in this game we got a lot more variety, and I feel like the Slosher class as a whole for that reason is a lot better starting in 2, because you got things like Blobblers, whether you hate them or not. It's a really powerful Slosher type because of the bubble effect. But we all remember early days Splatoon 2 where you saw nothing but the Tri-Slosher though, so we also hate this weapon.
Me and my homies hate Tri-Slosher machine.
Dude, it was just so overpowered in the beginning days of Splatoon 2. You always got people using it because burst bombs were really good on it, and then ink armor was very spammable. To be fair, still very spammable now, but not as much as it was in early days.
Why do I feel like early days of Splatoon was just the war that never should have happened?
That's about right for both games. Both games kind of had a balancing issue in the very beginning.
It's probably the same way with the Splatoon 3 being out right now. It's got its fair share of things.
Kind of. I mean, some things are more powerful than others, but at least when you look at day 1 patch of Splatoon 1, 2, and then 3, Splatoon 3 out of the gate was the most balanced, because there wasn't any one specific weapon that was considered overpowered in Splatoon 3.
I don't know. Reflex.
I guess like the biggest some people said were things like Explosher, but a lot of others were more argued like, oh, this could be overpowered, or this, but in Splatoon 1 or 2 is like, yeah, this and this only.
I don't know. I have certain feelings about certain weapons. Reflex.
Yes, I mean, mainly because Tana missiles. People just spam it, and it just seemed to be the easiest to get special points with that right away in the beginning days. It's been more toned down now with patches.
Yeah.
To be fair, Flings a Roller had the exact same issue.
I love the name Flings a Roller. Just a flings.
Yeah. I mean, the name's very fitting. It was introduced in this game, where it has the horizontal fling of a normal roller, but a vertical fling of a dynamo. So it's very powerful, very slow, and very fast at the same time. It's a weird yet interesting weapon.
Come on, you stupid stamp. There you go.
Yeah, this is a little awkward, though. I can't climb on that specific part. You gave me no clearance, sir. just want to get on top of this pillar. Cooperate.
I love how the Octarian is driving this thing.
Yeah, it's an enemy driving an enemy when you look at it.
I can only imagine how that conversation goes.
Yeah, I can imagine it starts awkward. Sir, I must get inside to ride you. What? I'm calling HR. No, see, it's pretty simple. Oh, wait, actually, I can't word this well. It sounded weird, can I? All right, call HR.
It just kind of reminds me of how, like, the submarine mode on Rush on Mega Man was like, sir, I need to get inside your dog. What?
Yes. All right, my friendly pet, open up. What? Wait, I wasn't prompted for this.
Okay, Sheldon. Sheldon,
we've been through this.
Sheldon. Shut up! Give me my frickin' food tickets. I'm hungry.
I mean, if you're hungry, we can all go play some multiplayer in the show and get some burgers. Except I don't have any local friends, so I don't know about this. That was the thing introduced for Splatoon 2, and it's still here in 3, the Shoal. It's essentially local multiplayer, where you can play in a LAN party. And you can play every mode in the game in there, which is really good. It pretty much fixed up the tournament scene, because honestly, running a tournament, from what I remember hearing for Splatoon 1 on the Wii U, was a nightmare, because it was only online-based, and the private battles were only up to 8 players, which it just happened to be the amount of players that you needed in a game. So it was kind of a nightmare to host for that reason.
Oh gosh.
Speaking of nightmares, Tenatook. I hate this thing. Oh god. This is like the worst enemy in the whole franchise. That thing alone. Oh, I hate him.
I can see why.
Or flashbacks.
Yeah. Yep. Oh man, when I saw these things return in 3 and I saw the level they were in, I was like, oh no, I gotta do this again. Like instantly heart sank, because I knew what to expect. And yep, it went as well as you expected.
Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it when enemies run away from you?
Yep, and these guys are fast too. You can slow them down if they get stuck in your ink, but it's kind of hard to get them to go towards your ink in a lot of circumstances. You kind of want to shoot like in the path that they're traveling, try to get ahead of them.
Well, Lester, have you tried to ask them nicely? They might do it if you ask them nicely.
I don't think they can understand Squidinese.
Sir, can I shoot you in the face?
Pretty please.
Be like that one quest from Borderlands 2.
Yeah, it's just, sir, can I please shoot you with shotgun? I oblige.
There was a legit quest in Borderlands 2.
Yeah, I'm so confused because I've never played the game.
There's a quest in Borderlands 2 where a guy is like, shoot me in the face! Shoot me in the face! The quest is like, shoot him in the face.
Yeah, I believe it was one of the psychos that asked for that, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if he's asking for it, why not be the good guy and do it for him then?
Yep, and that's literally what you do in the mission. It's a very easy mission. I never mentioned, when we went back to the first world to unlock a thing, we got another bomb type, the only other one in single player. And, I don't know about how I feel about auto bombs being in the single player, honestly, which is why we haven't really used them much. Auto bombs, I don't know, man, like, they're more of a multiplayer specific bomb type, because in single player, they're not as helpful with the tracking AI on them. That's why I'm always using curlings and standard bomb. But auto has to track an enemy, and sometimes it just doesn't work well.
I'd say probably like curling's probably the best bombs. Mainly because it helps you move around faster.
Yeah. It also helps in a fashion where they bounce around walls now, compared to the old Seekers from 1, so you can use them to just kind of corner an enemy too.
You almost got him with the curling ball.
Yeah, but I got him with the gun, which helped. Unfortunately, he's not the one we need to kill. It's one of the many Tenatooks in here. Your idea for this is look for the ones that have balloons, because usually the ones with balloons have an item you need. In this case, we're looking for a key. Not always the case, as we just seen there. There's only 2 left. Gee, I wonder if they have keys. 2 volts, 2 Tenatooks. Oh, no, sorry, there's 3. Well, I guess one of them multiplied.
That was quick.
There you go. Use the 10 missiles. That's the only way to get rid of them.
And can you believe that still doesn't work? 1.0 10 missiles, man. They ain't that fast.
Come on, dude.
The worst part is when they split up like this, too. When they poop out bombs, which is covering the ground again in the enemy ink. It's just kind of hard to keep up with these guys. In a mission like this, it could actually help if you had the charger instead, because then you can get them from a distance. But we have to come in here with the dualies, because Sheldon says so. Gonna have to deal with the short range.
Because Sheldon's a jerk.
He wants us to die. He's trying to end us.
That's about right.
He's like, you didn't listen to my 5-hour spiel about a bucket. No, man. I'm gonna make your life miserable.
About a bucket of all things.
The floating garden, chasing heartache.
For all that, yeah, it definitely makes your heart ache. Also, what makes your heart ache is learning about why the specials from Splatoon 1 don't return here in 2. If you all didn't read, this essentially is just saying, yeah, we couldn't get them to work. That's the lore reason. Actual reason was most of the specials in Splatoon 1 were actually busted and were really hard to balance. So, kind of took them 5 years to figure out how to balance a lot of those specials, because a lot of them return in 3 in some fashion. But in this game, yeah, how do you fix the Kraken? Well, there's something called the recycle bin, which is sad, because a lot of the specials were fun to use, but they were overpowered in 1.
Seems like a lot of weapons were overpowered in 1, though, but then again, that was the first game, so...
Yeah, first of its kind, there's gonna be balancing issues.
Mm-hmm.
I can still remember early days Splatoon 1 Kraken, where that thing pretty much had no downsides at all, which is why you always ran that special. It was just a menace. Even the buff, well, not the buff, the nerf it got. Yeah, imagine if they buffed it. That would be horrific. But the nerf it got really didn't nerf it by much. It was still a pretty powerful special.
Lester, we found Sonic's favorite thing.
Bounce pad!
Bounce pad. Bounce pad.
And there are rings here, so when we get to the 1 section, we can go rings! Nom, 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 nom. Sonic Boom has some of the weirdest quotes in any game. It's the only reason why it's decent. The quotes.
Dude, seriously, like, does Sonic eat the rings? Go, nom, 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 nom.
I know, with that quote alone, it makes you think.
I mean, in this game, I would eat the rings because they're onion rings.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why he thinks it's safe to eat it. He thinks they're onion rings. Then he realizes that was a bad idea.
Yeah, then you choke on it because it's made of metal. Y-Tails is always around him. He's the common sense buddy.
Or would that be silver? I can't remember.
Rings! Nom, 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 nom.
And you went delay at the same time, whatever it went. That was funny.
Could you just jump straight down there if you wanted to without going through these?
Oh yeah, you can just go straight down and there's nothing stopping you from doing it. But if you want to take your time here, you get a lot more points. So if you care about the points for upgrades, go for it. If you don't care about upgrades, it's probably faster to jump straight down. Because you don't get any bonus for collecting all those points. You would think as soon as you get all the things, like, oh, congrats, here's like a big drop of like 25. But no, you get nothing extra.
Bounce pad. Bounce pad.
At first, it was kind of weird for me to get used to how these bounce pads work, though, in Splatoon 2, because you hold the button, and that's how you get your height. But it took me a little bit to kind of figure out the momentum you get from these bounce pads, because it's a little unwieldy at first.
Yeah.
But once you get the hang of it, like, these are actually a really good tool to just dodge enemy attacks.
You said this level set looked fun to you?
It did, because, you know, bouncing around, that's kind of fun, actually.
bounce pad.
Yeah, that's why it is Sonic's favorite level.